hope you all are doing good. So in this video, we'll be discussing on ICAR-PG Food Science and Technology previous year question paper of 2025. So this video will help you understand the important concepts, question patterns, and exam preparation strategies. So let us begin. Question number 21. The dash number may usually be ignored in baffled mixing vessels. First one, that is Reynolds number. So it is important for the flow regime. That means it is laminar or it is turbulent. So it cannot be ignored. Frod's number. So basically it represents the gravitational effects. Like the surface vortexing. So in baffled vessels, what happened? This vortex is being prevented, so it can be ignored. So correct option is Frod's number. Next, Nusselt's number. So it is related with the heat transfer. Prandtl's number. So Prandtl's number, we know that it is related with the fluid properties. That means momentum versus the heat transfer. So baffles, it stops the vortex by the Frodd number, which becomes an unimportant part. So correct option will be option number B. Question number 22. The law proposes that the final particle size to be the one for which 80% of the product passes through 100 micron sieve size. So basically the Fick's law, it deals with the diffusion, that is mass transfer. That means movement of the molecules. So it is not related with the size reduction. Fick's law, it is used for the coarse crushing. That means the large particles, which assumes energy depends on the size reduction ratio. Rettinger's law. Now Rettinger's law, it is used for the fine grinding. And Bond's law. So Bond's law, it is used for the intermediate grinding. So our correct option should be option number D, because it is based on the 80% pass size. That means it is basically common in the industrial calculations. So for the coarse particles, Fick's law is used. For fine, Rettinger's law is used, and Bond's for the intermediate. That means 80% passing. Question 23. In unsteady heat transfer, dash number is defined as the internal resistance to heat transfer by conduction, which is divided by the surface resistance to the heat transfer. So it is Biot's number. Since we know Biot's number is internal conduction resistance, to the surface convection resistance. So this is what it exactly matches, means internal resistance, that is conduction, and surface resistance, that is the convections. So Biot number, it compares the internal heat conduction with the surface heat transfer. Whereas Fourier's number, it is related with the unsteady heat transfer, that means the time factor. And Prandtl's number, so it is related to the ratio of the momentum diffusivity with the thermal diffusivity, means it is basically used in the fluid flow. Thermal diffusivity. And Reynolds number, we know that it determines the flow type, like it is laminar type or turbulent type. So correct option should be option number A, that is Pat's number, that is internal resistance to the surface resistance. Question number 24. In convection, SI unit of heat transfer coefficient means H. It is defined as, we know that Q is equals to HA delta T, or H is equals to Q upon A delta T. That means watt by area is meter square and time is in Kelvin in SI unit. So correct option should be option number C, that means watt per meter square Kelvin. Question number 25. The wet bulb lines are always dash with constant enthalpy lines. So in a psychrometric chart, the wet bulb lines, it is equal to the constant enthalpy lines, means they are almost overlapping, means coinciding. That's why we say that they coincides approximately. So over here correct option is A, that means it coincides. Wet bulb lines are almost same as the enthalpy lines. Non coincides, no, it is incorrect. Inclined, no, and declined, no. So correct option is option number A. Question number 26. The dash used to remove emulsions, colloids or micromolecule is range of 0.1 micrometer to 5 nanometer. So correct option is A, that is ultrafiltration. So this ultrafiltration size range is around 0.1 micrometer to 5 nanometer. Whereas nanofiltration, the size range is around 1 nanometer. So basically it removes the small organics or multivalent ions. Microfiltration, so microfiltration, it ranges between 0.1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. So it removes the bacteria, suspended solids, means it's too large. It cannot remove small colloids effectively. And last one, that is reverse osmosis, that is RO, which is less than 1 nanometer. So it's too fine, means it is beyond the required range. So correct option is A, that is ultrafiltration. Question 27. Dash material is used for the manufacturing of membranes in microfiltration, ultrafiltration and nanofiltration. So it is polyether sulfone. So this is one of the most widely used material for the microfiltration, ultrafiltration and nanofiltration. Why? Because of its higher thermal stability. Or because of excellent chemical resistance and good mechanical strength. And it is even suitable for forming the asymmetric membranes. So correct option is A. Whereas alumina, so it is a ceramic material, it cannot be used. Cellulose nitrate, so it was earlier used. And polypropylene, so it is used in some filters as cartridge or something, but not in this microfilters, ultrafilters, and nanofiltrations. Question number 28. Dash law is useful in developing a relationship between the flux through membrane and the pressure differential across it. So basically it is Hagen-Poiseuille's law, which describes how a fluid it will flow through a capillary or the pores under the pressure difference. So in membrane processes, this pores it behaves like the tiny capillaries, and even it gives a relation that is flux is directly proportional to the pressure difference by mu. Means the flux is directly proportional to the pressure difference, and this is what it exactly what the question is asking. So Hagen's-Poiseuille's law, it is applied to the laminar flow through pores, and it is useful in the membrane filtrations, that is microfiltrations or ultrafiltrations. So that this relates to the flux and the pressure differences. Whereas Boyle's law, so it is basically it is applied in the gases only. And Retention's law, we just saw that it is used in the size reductions, that is grinding processes, and Van 't Hoff's law is for it is used in osmosis. We know a relation that is pi is equals to ICAR, that is osmotic pressure. Retentions is for size reduction. That means energy which is directly proportional to the new surface area. And Boyle's law, it is for gases only. So correct option is A. Question number 29. If the DRT, that means decimal reduction time, D value for Clostridium botulinum at 121 degrees Celsius is 0.25, then 12D process, the time which is required for heating at 121 degrees Celsius will be how much? So D value is 0.25 minute. Now the time which is required to reduce the microorganisms by 90%, that means 1 log cycle. So for a 12D process, it means 12 log cycles reductions. So we can say that the total time will be the D value into the number of reductions. So D value is 0.25 and number of reduction is 12. So it is 3 minutes. So our correct option is 3 minutes. Question number 30. Which of the following is the Bingham plastic fluid? So what is Bingham plastic? Bingham plastic, basically it behaves like a solid at low stress. Means it starts to flow only after a certain yield stress is applied. Means after that it will flow like a viscous liquid. So water? No, not at all. It's a Newtonian fluid. Corn flour. So corn flour, it is a non-Newtonian fluid, but it's a shear thickening behavior. It is having shear thickening behavior. Starch suspension. So starch suspension is same, that is it is a shear thickening, that is dilatant. Toothpaste. So yes, toothpaste, it is a correct, because in toothpaste we have seen it requires a force to start flowing, means a yield stress is required. And after that yield stress, it will flow smoothly when it has been squeezed. So this is a classic example for the Bingham plastic fluid. So for Bingham plastic, it can be toothpaste, it can be mayonnaise, ketchups, and so on. So correct option is D. Question number 31. The dash sterilizer is used for sterilization of the canned milk. So it is Orbitot. So Orbitot sterilizers, it is specifically designed for canned liquid foods like the milk. Why? Because it's rotating the can heating during heating process. So this will improve the heat transfer, and because of this it will prevent the overheating and scorching. So it is ideal for canned milk sterilization. So correct option is option number A, that is Orbitot. Whereas hydrolock. So hydrolock, it is a type of retort system. So which is means it is used for continuous sterilization. And effluent hot air. So it is used for hot air sterilization. And hydrostatic means continuous sterilization using the water column. So correct option is option number A. Question number 32. Which boiling mounting is used to extinguish the fire in the event of water level in the boiler shell falls below a certain limit? So it's a fusible plug. Option number C is correct option. So it is a safety device in the boilers. It contains a low melting point metal. So when water it falls below a safe limit, what will happen? The plugs, it will get exposed to high temperature and the metal, it will start to melt. Now steams or the water which rushes into the furnace, so this extinguishes the fire automatically. So it prevents the boiler explosions. Blow off cork valve, so it is used to remove the sludge. Or the sediments. Safety valve, so it's releases the excess pressure. And spring loaded safety valves, so it is like a safety valve which for the pressure control, we can say. So correct option is for low water, this fusible plug, it will melt, then fire will stop, and high pressure safety valve, it will open. So correct option is C. Question number 33. In crystallization, the dash is defined as the region between the solubility and the supersolubility lines. So it is metastable zone. So in crystallization process, what happens? There are two important curves. First, it's solubility line. And next one is supersolubility or the nucleation line. Now the region between these two lines, it is called metastable line. And this solution is supersaturated, means this crystal, it grows, but no spontaneous nucleation it occurs, means crystals it form only if seeds are added. Whereas this metastable zone width, it refers to the distance between the two lines. And metastable region, so metastable region, it is similar wordings like zone only, but it's less precise. And labile region, so it's a region above the supersolubility line, means it's more spontaneous nucleation occur. So correct option will be B, that is metastable zone. Question number 34. The cut of moisture content between the constant rate and falling rate of drying is called as. So in drying, there are two main stages. First is constant rate period. And the next one is falling rate period. So in constant rate period, what happens? The surface is fully wet, means drying is too fast. And falling rate period means the surface, it has dried, starts to drying, but the internal moisture movement, it controls by the drying. So the moisture content at the transition point between these two stages, it is called as critical moisture content. That is option number B. So equilibrium moisture content, basically it's the final moisture content. With the means material is in equilibrium with the surrounding. And critical moisture content, so moisture content at the end of the constant rate period, or we can say beginning of the falling rate period, means exactly what the question is asking over here. And entropic moisture content, So, and cutoff moisture content, these two terms are not correct. Correct option is B. Question number 35. In controlling instruments, dash is the instrument's ability to establish the desired value of the variable being controlled. Means the question is asking which term describes an instrument's ability to establish the desired value, means the true value of the controlled variable. So the term is accuracy. So accuracy means how close is the measured or the controlled value is to the true or the desired value. Reproducibility, so it is the ability to give the same results under different conditions. Means it focuses on the consistencies, correctness, accuracy. So this is the correct term, means the closeness. Of the measurement to the true or the desired value. Means in the control system, how well the instrument it maintains the set point. Sensitivity, so it is the ability to detect the small changes. And responsiveness means how quickly the instrument it responds. Means how quick the responses are. So correct option is B, that is accuracy. Question number 36. The commonly used filter aid is, so the filter aid means it is a material which is added during the filtration to improve the flow rate or to prevent the cloggings or form a porous cake. So the most commonly used filter aid is Kesselgur, means diatomaceous earth. Cellulose acetate, so it is used as a membrane filter. Not a typical filter aid. Solid cake, no, it's the result of filtration. And this Kesselgur, so it is also called diatomaceous earth. So because it is highly porous, it is inert and it is permeable. It is basically used in the beer filtration or the sugar industries. And glass fiber, so it is just a filter medium. So correct option is C. Question number 37. Dash of refrigerator is the ratio of heat extracted to the work done to produce the refrigeration effect. Means the ratio of heat extracted to the work done. So it is coefficient of performance. That means heat which is removed from cold space by the work which has been input. Correct option is C. Question number 38. The principal example of the use of dash is the production of ice cream and margarine. So ice cream and margarine is requires continuous mixing plus freezing. So formation because of the formation of ice crystals or the smooth textures. So this is best achieved using a scrapped surface freezer. SSF. So This scratch surface freezer, it has a rotating scraper belt, means continuously it will remove the frozen layer from the wall and mixes the product. So this will prevent the large ice crystal formation, and it will give smooth creamy texture which is ideal for the ice creams, margarines or any viscous foods. Plate freezers, they just use the solid blocks. Air blast freezers, it uses for the cold air circulation. And fluidized bed type freezers, so it is small particles or the peas, berries, it is used for those. So correct option is C. Question number 39. In most mass transfer operations, dash flow is desired to increase the rate of transfer per unit area. So it is turbulent flow. So in the mass transfer operation, there is an increased transfer rate per unit area. Now this is achieved by reducing the boundary layer thickness. Now this turbulent flow, it causes mixings and the eddies. Now this will reduce the resistance and it will enhance the transfer rate. So correct option is B, that is turbulent. Whereas laminar flow, so it means smooth or orderly flow. Means thick boundary layer is there and low mass transfer will be there. Transitional, so transitional is between the laminar and the turbulent. And streamline, so it has a laminar type flow. Next question 40. The process where two crystals that are in the point of contact join together into one crystal is called as dash recrystallization. So the two crystals in contact, they join together to form one crystal. So this phenomena is accretive recrystallization. Accretive means growth by joining. It occurs when the crystals, it will fuse at contact points, now common in the crystallization process. Isomass, so isomass, this surface isomass, and migratory, these all are not the correct terms. Accretive recrystallization is the correct term, means crystals coalesce joined together, leads to large crystal formation. Correct option is C. So we'll be solving more further questions of 2025 in the next video. So till then, thank you and enjoy learning.